Hello, so in a previous video I did mention that I wanted to talk more about the spirits and the gods that I work with, and I thought I would come on here and do that and start with the first god. I officially started to work with him when I was around 18, and I have noticed that theme that a lot of discoveries, findings and acceptance did start when I was 18, and I do believe it was through him. As soon as I accepted him as my god, things went a lot smoother, things fell into place, and everything started to go faster and work out the way it should be. But it was around when I was 16 or younger that I noticed his presence around, but I didn't accept him back then because I was in that type of mind frame when I didn't want to work with a god. I only wanted to work with a goddess because I'm a woman, because women have never been treated well. Women have never had the time like man has. Man has always put woman under the thumb sort of thing. They've never given the woman the limelight that they deserve. God has always been on the focus. The goddess has never been treated well. That sort of thing. And I thought I would never need or want to work with a god or need the male energies. And I was completely wrong. But back then I was asking for the goddess to come forward and give me her name. I don't really like going through books or through the internet and finding certain names that I feel drawn to and work from there. I like for them to try and give me messages and signs through the waking hours and through my dreams and meditations. So if I do receive a sign, I can do the research myself. But all that would come up for me was Lur and swans and water, and everything that was connected to him would always appear to me. And I just kept ignoring it until I was 18, when I finally decided that he is obviously wanting me to hear something, and I should just flip and give up and allow him to say that message, because he is not going to stop badgering you until you hear that message. So that's what I did. I apologized a lot to him, and started to connect with him and contact him. And I soon realised that I was a fool for not accepting sooner, because he was brilliant. I just felt comfort from him. I felt warmth and kindness, and just everything felt so good with him. And he does hold a grudge, but he does it in a joking way with me, so he will never let me live it down that I didn't accept him first off. But at the same time, he's not really bothered as much because I'm now doing it, because I'm now working with him. But every time I think of him or visualize him or anything like that, I can just see him opening his arms up as if he wants to give me a cuddle. And I love that. I love that feeling with him. He feels like a father figure, but at the same time he isn't. And I feel like I can talk to him about pretty much everything. There are things that I can't, and he understands. I go to other gods for that. But I feel like I can cry, I can rant, I can joke, I can be serious, I can be happy with them. Whatever my emotion is, I feel I can be just that with him. And he's always been there and he doesn't mind as such that I am working with other gods. He's just happy, really, that I find that he doesn't have to keep going on and on and on about me, trying to get my attention. For those that don't know, really, Llr is from the Irish mythology. He is associated with Tuatha Dé Danann, and I probably butchered that. I am so sorry. I know there are people out there who are like, you need to get that pronunciation right for that type. But I'm just going off what I've learned. So again, I apologise. But he is from that clan. He also has a son called Manan MacLir, and butchering names. And there are a lot more information about him than Llr himself. And I have worked with his son, and they are totally different. Their presence is totally different from each other. His son, I feel, is a little bit more tricky with me. But that may just be because we don't actually work together. But as soon as I accepted Llr, everything started to go quickly. I found that there was another presence nearby, and this time it was a goddess. And I feel as if they were holding back all those years until I accepted him. So if I was going to ignore one of them, they're going to ignore my request, sort of thing. And the goddess that came forward was Anya. Anya is Manan MacLir's daughter or wife with some stories. So she is sort of related to Llr. And I just love that. I just love how she comes forward as well as him, and it feels right. And I don't know what else I can say that can keep me in my comfort zone, because I still feel very secretive about the gods. I'm trying not to, but it is really difficult. So because there isn't enough information out there about him, it is difficult to find what he is associated with, but I have found that he is associated with healing, magic, anything to do with the water, and he does like the more prettier things I found. Excuse me, so he likes the more prettier shells, he likes the sea glass, he likes things to be more glamorous. Whereas another god that I work with, who is also associated with the sea or water, he prefers more the rock type of things. Llr likes more glamorous things. Colours, I found are more turquoise, again more glamorous colours, I would say. And when it comes to food and drink, I'm still working on that. If you are wanting to start working with him, it will be so helpful if you write down the lists that you feel he likes, like what food he likes, and he will let you know what he likes and doesn't like. Just like every other deity out there, they will let you know. So don't just go off what people have wrote for their associations or what their offerings may be or their correspondences. Try and find yourself. Trust the deity that you work with to guide you along the way, because that is what you are supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be working together and finding your way with each other, finding your relationship. So it's always good to try and write your things down. Everybody is different. My correspondences and associations may be different to you, how you see work with him. There is nothing wrong with that. Just go with what you feel and what they tell you, really. And I don't know what else I can say about him or about the story. We are still working together. He has pushed my boundaries a little bit. But I have told him and the other deities where they stand. I'm not afraid to tell them off, to tell them to back off. And I know people might be out there going, you shouldn't really tell a deity off, really. And distractions. Yeah, so some people may think it's wrong for me to tell a deity off, but I think it should be done because they know where they stand. They know where they can go and can't go. And I don't want them to interfere, or not interfere, but there are times when I don't want them to help. I want to do it myself. And because they are always wanting to help, they may butt in. So I've told them just to back off a little bit until I ask for their help. Then they can come forward. And I do feel that that has helped the relationship a lot as well, because it gives us a bit more strength and understanding in the relationship. So yeah, that is really all I can think about with him. With his appearance, I would say he is an older man. He has more silvery grey hair. What I picture as well is the waves when they're crashing, you know, the foam on the waves, the white horses sort of thing in the sea. That is what I imagine with him, and when I see the waves crashing and the foam up and all that, I can see him riding them, sort of thing, like he's got the reins and he's going off with them. So I do feel like he is a more older presence, but not that old really. I don't know if I'm making sense now, but I'm gonna stop it here because I feel like I have given what I can really about him. So yeah, I hope this was useful or interesting. Yeah, bye.